How you doing? This is Black Shy Guy here. Welcome once again to another podcast episode. I hope your week is going well. And as usual, I told you I'm in a moving process, so obviously the episodes are going to slow down. But I appreciate those who stuck around. It is what it is. I'm going to get back on the grind as soon as everything settles and as soon as I pack and unpack my stuff in a new place. And that's when the episodes are going to commence in a timely manner. But all those who stuck around, I do appreciate it. And as always, I thank you for sitting at my table. Listen, we're going to talk about a couple of things. There's a couple of things we are going to discuss. But before that, make sure you get your drink. Make sure you get relaxed. Because we are going to dive in. We are going to dive in, most definitely. And I know a lot of people want me to talk about the Brittney Renner situation. And I'm going to say something about the Brittney Renner situation. I'm going to say something about it. So obviously I'm going to respond. And I'm going to say this about it. The way Brittney Renner reacted was because of a lot of people who give her that energy to react that way. If there wasn't simps around, if there wasn't people who were dying to see her, the same people who are accusing her, the same people who are calling her crazy, are the same people who are subbing to her, the same people who are watching her videos, the same people who are clicking likes on her videos, on her feeds, on her new posts, on her social media. Those are the same people liking her content. So that's why she acts like she could. That's why she acts the way she acts. Because if she didn't have that type of support, she wouldn't be acting the way she's acting. And the way she acted on that show, on the Donza Project, was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I mean, and the guys in that podcast, listen, I know it was all for content. But damn, you let a lady sit there, call grown-ass men bitches, throw drinks at other grown men, and you guys still don't escort her off the podcast? You allow her to do that? Do men not have standards now? Do men not want to be held respectable in front of an audience? There is no way I'm going to sit there while a woman pours drinks on me. I don't care how much content I get for that. You are not going to pour a drink on me. You are not going to sit there and call me a bitch. I'm going to get up and I'm going to tell the producer or whoever's in charge of the show, if you don't escort her off, then I'm leaving. Which one is it? Because I don't want to stay here and embarrass myself for the fact that I'm going to want to do something that I shouldn't do. So before I do something stupid or crazy, I'm going to leave off this podcast. You think I'm just going to sit there and allow someone to constantly call me a bitch and I can't do nothing about it? No, I'm going to just excuse myself out of the podcast. But the fact that they sat there and took her insults, the fact that they sat there and allowed her to act the way she acted, they should be held accountable as well. And of course, like I said, I know Charleston White just sat there because he wants the content. That's how he gets paid. Because obviously he's like, I'm on this show, and the fact that she's paying more attention to me than these guys, the fact that she's calling me basically the roster, and you know what I mean? I'm going to sit there and I'm going to take whatever she dishes out and I'm going to laugh about it. Yeah, because that's content. That's money in his pocket. But still, you're getting embarrassed. You got water poured on you by a woman that basically just showed you that she has no respect for you and no respect for herself. What teed her off? Let's take a look. What teed her off was the question about her ex. And we all know that. And I know that you guys know that because obviously you guys saw this content on other people's video or whatever. You guys did not wait till you came into the Chi-Town, which is messed up. No, I'm just playing. It is what it is. But I'm going to go briefly into this 8-minute interview they had with Brittney Renner and go directly into what set her off. Let's play it.
PJ just got an amazing contract. How does that make you feel as a woman knowing that's your baby father? What is your first?
You seen her look, right? You seen her posture changed the minute he asked her about PJ Washington. Her posture completely changed. She went demonic there. She went Super Saiyan. She turned into Android freaking 17. I mean 18. They both look like girls anyway.
First view on that.
Honestly, I want my child's father to win.
Exactly.
It's just what it is. And regardless of what people say, I believe he deserves whatever he feels he's worthy of. So, whatever that contract looks like, that's what it looks like. And I didn't have a child. You know, I had a second degree tear. You know what that looks like?
I'm going to say
Hello?
no. I'm going to say no for all of us.
Is everybody fucking listening?
No.
Like right there. If that was my show, I'd be like, hold on. Let's relax a bit. Why are you screaming? You see, because I have standards and I demand respect. Ain't nobody going to be talking out of pocket like that in my show. That ain't going to happen. I don't care how famous you are. You can excuse yourself off the show. You think I'm going to sit there and allow her to talk to my guests, to my workers that way? Ain't no way. Because I'm still going to get the clicks and views after I escort her ass off the show. I'm still going to get the clicks and views just for escorting her ass off the show. And the show is going to be obviously diminished and it's going to be minimized. But at the same time, I did less work for the same amount of views because it's going to get 100 views when you put up, hey, I had to escort Brittney Renner off my show. You're going to get a lot of clicks. So what's the difference? You rather sabotage your image and show everybody that you don't have standards and allow her to disrespect your whole crew like this just for views?
No.
Hello?
Yeah, your
A
son.
second degree tear? You know what that looks like?
I mean, that boy was that big when you had him.
He was, I think it was 8.1.5.
That means she had a big baby.
Almost 9 pounds, right?
Another NBA player.
Does that matter to you? Does that matter to you? Who had such a motherfucking opinion about me?
Look at him sitting there. I mean, damn, dude. Are these men? Because, I mean, ain't no way somebody talking to me like that. Ain't no way somebody talking to me like that. It's not going to happen.
Wait,
Does
time
that
out.
matter?
It's group.
Hold
My
on.
opinion changed, but
Hold
yeah,
on. Answer the motherfucking question.
no. No, it didn't initially. No, hell no.
Okay, I had a second degree tear. That means they sewed me up.
Yeah, okay.
Right. You know what that means? That means I love that motherfucker. My pussy was fucking split open for him.
Right.
What does that even mean? Does that even mean anything? The fact that your pussy was torn by having a baby means that you love him. How many ladies had to have C-section and they don't care about their kids? So you having a torn pussy doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean that you love the kid any more or any less.
You understand that? You lost 9 pounds.
Big boy.
Okay?
Gratefully, I had a 5-pound baby.
Good for you.
Yes.
My baby was almost 9 pounds.
Big boy.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. All right?
No, I wanted to say that because I think it is important. A lot of people do
What's important?
that. You do wish well for them.
Most.
Here's the thing. Let me just tell you, you and every one of the motherfuckers that are commenting, she doing too much. She ain't.
Look, she's paying attention to the comments or whatever. She's paying attention to the comments of what everybody else says. That's how you know she doesn't have a strong will. She doesn't have a strong mind. She can't even hold herself accountable for what she did in the past, which obviously she should be over. But the fact that she's paying attention to chat, should show you her mental stability and having a decent conversation in a podcast. Because in a podcast, especially the podcast of today, you're going to have the chat board up so you can see. You got to be thick-skinned for that. If you're not thick-skinned, don't show up to the podcast. And why are you paying attention to a lot of people and possibly the simps themselves who are even supporting you? Why are you paying attention to what they said? Because they're going to click on your naked videos anyway. I mean, I'm being honest. The majority of people that come and show up to watch these type of videos are the same people clicking the videos that makes her famous, or that makes the female famous, or that makes the dudes famous.
At the end of the day, this pussy had a 2nd degree.
Classless. Like, she's opening up her legs while she has a skirt saying this pussy. Like, classless. So, this woman has no class. I don't know if she's going through some mental breakdown or what, but I'm not even going to be like a lot of other content creators that for some odd reason they think they're therapists or they're doctors and they say, well, this is what's going on with her or whatever. Yes, some people have a degree for that and they can obviously give an honest opinion about it, but I'm not that. You know what I mean? All I'm going to say is something is going on with her. Something is going on with Brittney Renner. Obviously, it has something to do with her past life, and obviously it has something to do with her ex. Maybe she's very disappointed in what happened in her past life and the fact that she's dealing with her ex, and obviously hearing a lot of convos about her ex getting a new contract and she's not in that life. He also has someone else that he's about to marry. Puts a lot of anger in her. So obviously, it's kind of understandable. I mean, you hear someone that's winning and you're not. Because when you break up with someone, in a way, you always want to hear that you're doing better than the other one. Yeah, you always want to hear that you're doing better than the other person. Well, you think a lot of people, when they break up with someone, they go to the gym. Because they want to show that other person, look how I look now. Even though you should just go to the gym to go to the gym. You shouldn't wait till you go through a bad breakup to go to the gym. You should just go to the gym. But a lot of people choose that point in time to go to the gym. Let's continue.
Tear. Do you know what that means?
You just taught us.
Ripped.
What is it?
Ripped.
Thank you, Charleston.
Ripped open.
Ripped.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, boy had a head like his daddy.
Ma'am.
Yeah, boy had a head like his daddy.
All right.
Hold on.
She's cooking the food that's on the table, which is cookies, snacks, whatever the case may be. It's still food for the guests. She's disrespecting your house, man. Because everybody knows that your job is your second home. She's disrespecting your house, and the dude is just laughing while she's kicking. I'm telling you, if that was a person with standards, they would have said, listen, imagine if that was Kevin Samuels. You think Kevin Samuels would allow her to kick cookies off the table like that? You think Kevin Samuels would allow her to be screaming the way she was screaming when she was first asked about her ex? That would not fly with Kevin Samuels because Kevin Samuels has standards. Let's continue.
So, a ripped fucking vagina. Hold on.
Say it again. Say it again.
For the people in the back.
Let me tell you something. 50 pounds. Do you hear what I'm saying?
That boy born 50 pounds?
No, you gained.
I gained 50 pounds.
Oh, shit.
Charleston, 50 pounds. That's just somebody, I'm just whatever. It's about money. Let me tell you something. I can't be bought.
Hello.
That's what all these people in the chat can't seem to understand.
For some reason, once again, the people in the chat are brought up. Do they do matter because they're the ones that's bringing up the numbers, the views, the money for the show? But they should not matter to you. You're there for a podcast. You're getting paid, obviously. I believe she got paid to come to this podcast. There's no way Brittney Renner did not show up to a podcast and get paid. But then you act like that. You're sitting with your legs wide open. You're sitting with your legs constantly being open after you cross them. You're setting yourself up to be insulted by chat just by doing what you're doing. And I'm not even going to go into the part when she started twerking on Charleston White, who's married, by the way. So on top of that, she showed no respect to the woman who's married to Charleston White. Let's continue.
And they think I can be bought. They think that it's just about money. It's just whatever. It's the highest bidder. I believe in true love.
Hello.
I heard her say that. But you
I
know,
said
we
it
be thinking-
100 fucking times.
Hey, listen.
Hello?
Hey, listen, now listen.
Listen to what I'm fucking saying. Shut the fuck up when a real bitch is talking.
Okay.
Shut up.
Okay.
Get
Shut
the
the
room.
fuck up.
Take the
Hey, look at this dude laughing. Dude, you I'm sorry, man. You're a clown, man, for allowing her to act like that on your show. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it what it is. For the fact you allowed her to come to your show and disrespect your entire guest, your entire party, in the way she is doing right now, obviously not as we speak, but obviously this is a past video, this is past tense. But the fact that you allowed her to do that while this was filmed live, you have no standards for yourself. You just showed everyone that they could come to your show and utterly disrespect you. And a lot of people's going to say, well, it's because it was a woman. They didn't want to touch her because they're going to be put on blast by saying, hey, why you touched a woman like that? I'm not talking about hitting a woman, my dudes. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about escorting her off the damn show. I'm not talking about putting your hands on a woman. I'm not talking about that. This is not what we're talking about right here. I'm talking about no woman, especially no man, has the right to come into someone's show, podcast, whatever it is, and disrespect the entire guest, the entire workers in that production and get away with it. There's no reason you can't escort them off the show. There's no reason. And the fact that they allowed her to get away with that showed everyone else that they could come into that show and get away with it. They can get away with it. The fact that they allowed a woman to do that. Imagine a man with balls gets on that show and disrespects them. Obviously, it's going to come to blows because obviously men get away with less. But they're going to treat you like a punk because they're going to say, you just let a shorty come up in here and disrespect your entire crew. So I can do the same. So they're going to test you. Let's continue.
The room.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, ma'am. Here we go.
Because I'm a real fucking bitch. You hear what I'm saying?
Talk.
And I care. And I'm a hopeful romantic. But I can't control. At the end of the day, I try to force something that wasn't mine. That wasn't my person. And that's okay. He's sitting over there motherfucking. Shut the fuck up.
Oh shit.
Shut up.
Like, how can you sit there and be laughing? She just threw a water at one of your guests or one of your workers. And you're sitting there laughing. Like, am I the only one seeing this?
Shut the fuck up when I'm talking.
That's peripheral.
Shut up.
That's peripheral.
Seriously, shut the fuck up when I'm talking. Because if you ever felt real love to where you have a motherfucking second-degree tear, hello?
Wait.
And then she does it again. You guys are allowing this woman to get away with utter murder. And your excuse is, it's funny. And I'm getting a lot of views for it. You'll get the same amount of views if you escort her ass off the show. You'll get the same amount of views. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you'll get the same amount of views if you escort her ass off the show.
He didn't mean it.
Hello?
He didn't mean it.
Shit.
Hello? You don't know what it's fucking like.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry. I meant to hit this nigga.
Wrong guy.
Let me tell you something.
Doesn't matter who you meant to hit. You're hitting someone with the water bottle in someone else's show, someone else's freaking home. You have no respect for their production, no respect whatsoever. And these clowns are just sitting there laughing. I'm not talking about Charleston White because Charleston White is getting paid for it. Charleston White is getting views for it. Charleston White is also, he knows this is money right here. It's not Charleston White's show. I'm talking about the people who own that podcast. You guys are out of pocket for allowing her to do this.
something.
champ. Wrong guy,
Shut the
champ.
fuck up. This right here is about to go. Let me tell you something.
We good.
Shut up
We good,
when
we
I'm
good.
fucking talking.
No, seriously, yo, come on. For
Yo, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you. I meant to hit that nigga. Cause you sitting over here laughing.
All right, chill. Relax.
I ain't chilling.
Relax.
Because at the end of the day, it ain't your pussy. Hey, listen. I hear you.
Nah, that ain't cool, lady. For real, I'm not part of this.
Hey, listen. That's fine. But guess what? You protecting him is what it is. Is it not? Is it not? Is it not?
She hit the wrong nigga,
Hey,
champ.
don't be sitting over there laughing.
I'm not here to protect
Let me tell you, I ain't talking to you. I ain't talking to him right here. I ain't talking about. Then bat me in my
champ.
shit. Then
Champ, she cool.
Apologies,
Champ,
Bat me in my shit.
Apologies, champ.
Bat me in my shit.
I don't hit women, yo.
That all right? Then shut the
Shannon
fuck
Briggs
up.
right here. Chill.
Wow. That's why she's talking like that. She's talking like that because she know ain't nobody gonna get up and smack the bees off of her. Ain't nobody gonna get off and smack. You think she'll do that in the street? She won't do that in the street because she know better. And the fact that these guys are allowing her to disrespect the crew like that. Because, like I said, you don't have to hit the lady. You don't. But escort her ass off the show. Show her this ain't happening in my production. This ain't happening. You got to get off. You think, let's bring up another show. You think that would have popped off on Fresh and Fit? You think Myron would have let her get away with that? Ain't no way Myron gonna take that. No way. Myron wouldn't even allowed her to be screaming the way she was screaming at these dudes. That's one thing I do give respect to when it comes to Myron. Myron holds it down on his podcast. No one gets away with shit on the Fresh and Fit podcast. You can't even raise your voice at that dude. These dudes, it look like you can get away with murder. Look, she throwing waters all over the place.
But we're good.
Apologies, champ.
At the end of the day, all right, I don't give a fuck you talking about lady. I don't care. At the end of the day, nobody knows what I went through. Nobody knows what I'm going through. So nobody, you, him, whoever the fuck, you don't get to sit here and talk about shit.
This drunk bitch is playing herself.
Ain't nobody drunk bitch talking about nothing.
We family
What's
here.
up?
We family here.
What's up?
We family here.
What's up?
We
Champ,
family.
nah,
I ain't talking about nothing.
We all right, champ.
We ain't talking about nothing.
We family.
This is Charleston's people, not mine.
She all right,
It's
champ.
Charleston's
She all right,
people.
champ.
No, we family. We
He
family.
say you all right.
I ain't no fucking security, bitch.
I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
Champ.
And that's the heavyweight, but that's the heavyweight champ of the world she talking to. Maybe you guys can let me know, but who exactly are they talking to though? They're calling him champ, so obviously he's a heavyweight champ boxer, and she's talking to him like that. He can knock out that whole crew that's sitting right there with her.
Bat me in my shit then.
It's all good.
Bat me in my shit then.
Come on.
Then shut the fuck up.
Chill.
Yeah, but
Let's
hit your
relax.
motherfucking buzzer, bitch.
All right, let's reset the room. Let's reset the room.
It is what it
guys.
is.
Let's reset the room.
It
guys.
is what it is.
Everybody cool, guys. Everybody cool.
It is what it is.
I can't take this. That's not even my production, and I can't even take the disrespect anymore. I can't take it. I can't believe they allowed her to get away with that. I just can't believe it. We're gonna move on to the next subject because I can't believe they allowed her to get away with that. I'm done. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it, guys. For them to be comfortable, to continue allowing her to sit there, for her to continue sitting there, it boggles my mind. We're going to move on to the next subject at hand because we all know what happened with the Jacksonville shooter. We're going to move on because Brittney Renner just lost her mind. And I'm not going to be a psychiatrist and try to break down what's going on with her mentally. Let's just say she a crazy bitch. You know what I'm saying? But what happened with the Jacksonville shooters? I mean, my prayers go with the family. My prayers go with the victims. May they rest in peace. many blessings. But this is what I'm going to say, and this is going to be a very short topic, despite the fact that it is the second topic. We got to stop blaming guns. We got to stop blaming the guns. And I know a lot of people may say, hey, it is the guns. No, it's not the guns. It's not the guns. It's the people using them. Because I have a gun and I haven't killed any innocent people at all whatsoever. There's people, there are law-abiding citizens like myself that carry weapons and we haven't murdered anyone. The fact that there are people out there who are capable of killing people with no type of remorse afterwards are the people who are to blame. But the fact that the people are blaming this man who came to show respect to the people who have fallen because of that cowardly act by someone in Jacksonville, Florida, who I am not going to mention by name because that's the clout that they want. So I'm not going to give them that clout. But the fact that DeSantis went over there to talk about the whole situation and people utterly showed him so much disrespect was distasteful. Why? Because, listen, when someone comes and shows respect to the fallen, that is not the time to act like an ass. It's not the time. And the way the media is portraying this, the way the media is pushing this, because obviously there is an agenda the media is pushing here. People are not seeing it, but the media is pushing it. Trust me. They're gaining voters for the left because obviously all these people are going to vote left. All these people that are booing here is going to vote left. But I'm going to take you to what just transpired when this was recorded live.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is here. We're going to ask the governor if he will come down and turn remarks. Thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the councilwoman, I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds.
I like the composure DeSantis held, despite being booed and despite being disrespected in this manner. I like the fact that he held his composure, didn't lose it, didn't show any type of disrespect to the crowd, but the fact that the crowd had no common decency to at least allow the man to speak and show his utter remorse for the fallen is disgusting. Like, this is bullshit right here. You do not do this. This is not the time or the place to show who you'll be voting for or who you're not happy with and how they run the state. That's not the time. That was not the time.
To be able to help one, make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Your policies caused this!
This is when when the lady right here took the mic and addressed the crowd and told them where to shove it, basically. And I am so happy that she did that. And there's a new interview that came out. It looks like they're speaking with her. It looked like they're speaking with her. But obviously, I'm not sure if they're gonna ask her about it, and I don't want to get into this interview if they don't actually ask her about it. But I'm definitely gonna be paying attention to that interview. Maybe I'll bring it up later at a later time. But the fact that people got on DeSantis for just because he came to show respect to the fallen is utterly disgusting. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. People kill people. It depends on the tools they use. You don't blame the tools. You don't blame knives. You don't blame cars. You don't blame guns. You don't blame freaking a plate. You don't blame a hammer. You blame the person that used it. This is Black Shy Guy. And as always, I really want to hear what you think. As always, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for sitting at my table. I'm out of here. Peace.
Arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of suicidal maniac.